will be gone.
Oh my gosh. Let's celebrate.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
happy you're here.
yes, me too.
You made it.
Yeah.
So let's celebrate. Hold on. That's exciting. Oh my gosh. I gotta okay. Okay, so welcome to Office Hours. If you are new here, Office Hours, it is a pick my brain about what do you need help with? How can I help you? A lot of you guys are in my deal room, and so we can go over deal room stuff. What deal room is, if you don't know, I'll pull lists. It's like bird dog on steroids type thing. So I'll pull lists. I find qualified buyers. I vet them. They're more than like, hey, I'm a buyer on the internet, when a lot really aren't and don't have any money. So I've found them, vetted them, and then gotten their buy box. And we go out and pull lists for their buy box, direct to seller and direct to agent. And then I skip trace them for you guys, and you guys can call them. And all you have to do is take it as far as you can. Most people are like, are you open to selling on terms or something? And they're like, what does that look like? Then you book an appointment with us. My team takes it to the end. We close the deal. You get paid. You learn. One of the coolest things is we have our closer calls and all of our back end calls and communication in the deal room. So you guys have a front row view of what's going on with deals. So
I have, can I bug you?
Yes, you bring it, Sharon.
I have a pre-foreclosure that would make a fabulous co-living. And
Okay.
I also have a boarding house. None of these are under contract yet, but I think they would be really good deals for somebody who really wants to do co-living. However, they are in Northern California, Sacramento.
Okay. Do you
So
know any buyers that are
that's
doing
the
co-living?
I know buyers who are doing co-living, but not in California, except Stacy. Is it Stacy? Wait a minute. Gibson. Was that her first name?
Stacy Gibson.
She's in Redding.
Okay.
And she has one property in Sacramento, but she hasn't responded to my other inquiries. Come on, bud.
Well, shoot. So I always like to say, so Joseph is on my team. And Joseph and I and Carolina and everyone on our team have learned what we did before is we would be like, we found a property and it would be great. So we're going to go lock that bad boy up because we can. And then we do. And then we go and look for a buyer and we can't find one. So it's probably
That's
best.
why I haven't locked them up, because I don't have the buyer first.
Yes.
And as I've been trying to tell people in the community, I co-living before co-living was co-living.
Yeah.
And did it successfully for 13 years and was able to evict someone out of my California house in 3 days.
In California?
So everyone is afraid of California because of this eviction stuff, but I have the means to do it.
That's good. You have some knowledge that I bet a lot of people would love to pick your brain on. It's the same in Washington. Whatever California does, you guys do. Washington and Oregon are like, I hear that, and I raise it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of it too is just, and it's tough. It's tougher with co-living, is vetting people like crazy. So you get good people in there, so you don't have to get to the eviction thing. But that's harder with co-living. So
and they don't do anything anyway.
Say that again. You cut out for a second.
Otherwise, you don't get the funding and you can't do anything anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. True. So that would be a good one. If anybody here knows any co-living operators in what is it? Redding, California? Did you say Northern California?
I'm in Sacramento.
Uh-huh.
The big operator is Gibson in Redding, but she does have a property in Sacramento.
Oh, Stephanie Gibson?
Stephanie. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Oh, I love her. She's a great person. Yeah. Yeah, she would be a great person to be a buyer for. Yeah. Well, nice. Amazing. Nice work, Sharon.
Yeah. So working on it.
Good. I'm going to pull up in the chat if anybody's seeing anything. Okay, what else? Trayvon says, I'm interested in doing co-living myself. Where are you, Trayvon?
I'm currently in Chicago right now, Midwest.
Nice. So Chicago probably would be a great place.
So Roman took actually paid me for my housemate agreement. And so he's now using it. So if anybody knows Roman.
Oh, nice.
So
that's amazing.
That's where it all starts, is with the agreement.
Yep, it is. It's exactly where it all starts. In protecting yourself, for sure.
Yep.
Well, good find. Let us know how I can help you, or if you need any help. I bet that's a good one for Stephanie. Stephanie will really like that one.
Well, she's not responding. So if you want to help me by contacting her, that would be great.
Yeah, we can reach out. And if anybody here wants to reach out to Stephanie, I'll reach out to her too. I really like her a lot. She does a lot of great stuff for the community. Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to go over? Any questions anywhere people are stuck?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry for talking.
Yes, Trayvon, you have the floor.
Okay. I was going to say I'm a wholesaler at first. So I've been in business almost a year now. I started this year.
Yay.
And I'm currently wholesaling in Texas right now. And I need I have buyers and I just need help like getting some finding more leads for myself and my buyers so I could be able to get a deal done. That's my only problem right now.
Going already?
So how are you getting leads right now?
I'm partnered on a team. We normally do they got me doing a job. Like each person in my group has a job to do. So I underwrite and comp deals on Privy.
Mm-hmm.
But we normally get our deals from mostly other wholesalers, or I do myself like Deal Machine, but I haven't used it recently. So
when you're doing, what do you mean by wholesale sites? Like are you
JVing with other wholesalers?
Oh, got it. So that's how you're getting a lot of them. And then when you do it for when you're using like Deal Machine, are you looking at any sort of lists? Like are you like pulling pain or like what kind of lists are you pulling on, or how are you looking for it on Deal Machine?
Vacant absentee owners. We're looking more to do tax liens till we get more into that. But honestly, that we mainly focused on distressed properties, so like vacant or absentee owners.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times what I like to do is we know that if people are going to sell, so you're looking at wholesale. So you're looking at like low cash offers, right? Like fix and flip type things.
Yes.
So we know that you've got one layer. You're like vacant. What was your thing? Vacant and tired landlords, vacant houses and tired landlords. Is that what you were going after?
And absentee owners, yes.
Okay. So stack the pain. So when you're doing it, like look for you have absentee owners, tired landlords, and then be like pre-foreclosure, like Sharon had a pre-foreclosure. Or maybe stack another pane on their tax liens, like you said. Or stack another pane on there, like
long days on market.
Yeah, if you're looking at on market ones, long day on market.
Maybe filter things out as well, like 55 plus stuff like that.
Yeah. But you're not doing on market things, right, Trayvon? You're doing off market?
Yeah, I'm doing off market right now. But mainly, like I said, I've been it's been almost a month now since I've been doing Deal Machine because I just recently got on the team. We normally team up with the wholesalers that has deals in the pipeline already.
Yeah.
To market to our private buyers. So
are you trying to find wholesale leads for your team, or are you just trying to do it on your own, or find another? What are you trying to do?
Honestly, both right now. Like I said, I have the buyers. It's just we need to find some deals that meet their criteria. Honestly.
Yeah. So so you have the buyer. So what I would do is this is what I do. And this is, so we want to like stack the pain. So if you're going off market, you're going to go, obviously your buyer's buy box, like 3-2 Houston or wherever you are in Texas, then stack the pain. So I would do a pre-foreclosure on there. Did you guys ever go through pre-foreclosures?
No, I never did. I did before, but I need to learn more about that. I know that's like properties that's back on their mortgage, right?
Yeah. So that's like they're defaulting. Pre-foreclosure means we haven't been paying our bills and the bank is going to come take it from us unless we save our ass. And it's going to, so let's talk about the motivation and the pain that is in a pre-foreclosure. So one, they haven't been paying their bills and the bank is like, dude, what's going on? You need to pay your bills. And they have likely a lot of arrears or back payments that they haven't paid that is due. So they've dug themselves into a hole. The bank is calling, they're not answering. And the bank's like, if you're not going to figure this out and pay us back, we're going to take the house from you. It's going to go into foreclosure. You're going to get kicked out of your house. You're going to have no place to live. It's going to kill your credit. So when you need to go find an apartment or somewhere else to live or do anything with credit, it's going to pop up as this guy didn't pay his house bill and it's just going to make life harder for them. So there's a lot of pain there. And what we like to do is be problem solvers. So, so with and that's what I say by like stacking the pain so you can solve their problem. So for pre-foreclosure, you do tired landlords in their buy box in the Texas area, and vacant houses, and then maybe pre-foreclosure. Like nobody's living there, nobody's paying the bills. It's a perfect for a fix and flip. It's probably in disarray. So you can call them and be like, listen, you can let your house go to foreclosure and let your credit be wrecked. Or you can sell it to me for this low cash offer, or I can take it over on terms, pay up, and you can find a sub-2 buyer. If you take over on the terms, all you have to do is pay back everything to reinstate the loan. And you take over the loan, put the house in your name, or you buy them for a low cash offer. So you give them two options to solve. So I would do pre-foreclosures is a good one because they have a deadline date that someone else is putting them against. So the state or the city, county or the city is like, hey, you're going to be homeless on this date. So,
Okay. And
so I
now
would do that.
one more thing. Let's say hypothetically you don't have let's say somebody's just starting out, like you don't have the software to find leads off market. Do you recommend do on market as well?
On market I would not, if you're going to wholesale the deal, as in like low cash offer, you're trying to do traditional wholesale, which is like fix and clip. You're trying to get a low cash offer. I see that's like the biggest thing that newbies make a mistake. So many people are like, I have a wholesale deal. I locked it up. It's on market at ask price. You have to pay the agent. You have to it's just a lot more stuff. So if you are looking to do like a sub-2 deal where it's, those are probably, or a creative seller finance deal, I would do on market, but a wholesale like cash offer, I would not. It's not going to make sense for the numbers won't run.
Okay.
So, yeah, but let me know if there's any other questions. I'm happy to help or help you pull lists.
It might be after the Zoom call. So if you could stay behind a little bit.
Yeah. So if you want also, I pull lists for everybody in Deal Room. And I also show you guys how to pull lists. It's like a free little training. It's on market though. I should do an off market one. The on market probably won't help you, but yeah. So good question though.
Okay.
Tilo, you got a question for us? How are you? Oh, I muted.
Yes. How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Good, good, good.
I got a question for you. I'm having a problem because obviously, starting out. So like I told you the other day, I have buyers, but the problem is there's no rapport there. There's no, relationship there as far as trust and everything. So when you had told me the other day that when you ask a buyer, um, if to vet the buyer and make sure that you have the funds and
Yeah.
what I'm getting is, hello?
We we can hear you.
Hello?
We can
Oh,
hear
I'm
you.
sorry. It was my Bluetooth came off. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
So I'm finding it hard for them to show me their bank accounts and like that, because obviously nobody's just gonna take a picture of the bank account of somebody they don't really know and stuff like that. So, is there any other way to be able to vet these buyers to make sure that they're real buyers and not just, anybody saying that they're buyers?
They just vetted themselves for you.
Shut
So
up or shut up.
so they need to be like, you need to show me the money. So this is something that we have learned is vetting our buyers, because everyone, if you go on Facebook right now, be like, who's a buyer, pick a hot market, and everyone's going to be like, I'm a buyer, and then you're like, amazing. I get yelled at. This is a very controversial thing. But people that know what they're doing are always like, it's very good that you do this. So I'll be like, who's a buyer? I have a deal or something. And then they're like 50 people raise their hand and everyone is a buyer. Have you heard the phrase that Pace says, buyers are liars and sellers are worse?
Yeah, I heard you say that.
It's so true. So everyone is a quote unquote buyer, especially if you find them on Facebook. Everyone is a buyer. And then you're like, awesome. I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste your time. So I need you to show me the money. And I love a good filter. A filter, I have learned, is imperative because people will tell you exactly who they are without even asking. So we had one person that will remain anonymous. He's the reason I did this. I had a deal here in Tacoma. And I'm like, he's like, I'm a buyer. And I'm like, I just need to see that you actually have the money. Just send me a screenshot. Like, go on your bank account and just send me a screenshot that says, like, I have this much money in my account. And he pushed back on me and he started talking down to me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And I let it slide. So I'm like, whatever, he's a buyer. This is going to be a hard house to find a buyer for. And so it comes down to it, and he ghosted me and I got under contract, and then I look like the asshole. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? He just ghosted me. So I had to cancel the contract. I was trying to save these guys from foreclosure. They ended up having to go to foreclosure. I gave them false hope. And I'm like, that pisses me off because I gave these people false hope. I had false hope and I did all that. And so this guy is actually the reason why I will not consider anyone a buyer. I have deals and I have access to deals. And if you want them, I need to have you show me the money. And here's a few things why. So especially with creative deals, people think like, oh, it's so exciting, people are going to take over their mortgage. So in my vetting process, I don't only say, I need you to show me your money. I'm not going to do it. It's going to be a third party. It's going to do a soft credit check. I'm not going to look at anything. I just want to know if you're not paying your house bill, because it sure as hell, if you're going to screw up your credit and not pay your bill, you're going to screw up Billy Bob's down the road who we're trying to save them from certain death of credit. And so like, I just need proof that you are a legit person. And so, I have somebody, a sub 2 RMLO. RMLO stands for residential mortgage loan officer. And so basically they work for banks, and banks have a certain underwriting thing and they need X amount of credit score and X amount that you need to do. And so I'm like, listen, Guillermo, let's not look at it like we're a bank, but I just need to be like, look at what they're making. Can they afford this? What are they making on their other deals? Let's look at their tax returns. Let's look at their credit and see if they're paying their bills on time. Mostly we're not looking for credit score as much as paying bills on time, because some investors are over leveraged. And so people I have learned that are real buyers, they will give it to you, no questions asked. They're real buyers. They're going to be like, yes, absolutely. What else do you need? I want this house. I'm a real buyer. I can move. And it's those people that are quote unquote buyers, but they don't want to give you just a screenshot of their bank account. They're not buyers. They're telling you exactly who they are. They don't have money and they're not real buyers. So,
and imagine them going through escrow if that's how they are with simple, the first step.
the first step, yes. Can you imagine? They have to like, this is the next step. I was like, Joseph, let's set a timer. We're sending out a contract. Let's see how long they've they've been talking to us. They're ready to go. They're ready to go. Everyone's ready to go. We have the money. Da 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 da. You send out a contract, and it's like crickets. And so if they're not sending you that stuff right away, then they're definitely not going to sign the contract. Then you're going to like eat at your due diligence period, and then you're just waiting for people. So I say, if they're not going to send you a simple screenshot of their bank account, they're not a buyer.
And another thing is, if you're gonna go hunting for somebody, you want somebody that's rational and reasonable in the head and like is gonna be easy to work with. You don't want somebody that you're gonna have to fight with just to like show a deal or something, or like, like it's so good when you have a buyer where you could just blast a quick text or email, hey, I'm looking at this, where do you need it at? And they'll just be like, I won't take this one, it's a bad neighborhood, or like, I need it at this number. And they're just like super quick. That's the kind of buyer you want to shoot for. And this vetting process will definitely get you people that are willing to work with you.
Yeah, and do you have like a? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have like like a sheet or something that we can go by to be like, hey, look, to vet the buyers and stuff like that? So I know how to approach it.
I would be like, I have just made ours from like the biggest thing before you even have a sheet or anything, just be like, are you willing to send me a screenshot of the money? First say, before they even do this, be like, are you willing to send me a screenshot of your funds? Because when we find something, we need to move fast. Most people are going to be like, no, I need to go find money first. If they need to find money first, they're not your buyer. You need to be like, okay, go find money and then bring it to me. And bring me the partner that's bringing the money. And I say, I need to vet the partner that's bringing the money too. So, and even if you don't have experience in a sub 2 deal, so they need to have experience running sub 2 deals. They need to have experience. They need to not have shitty credit score. And they need to be easy to work with. And let me give, so many people get so like wrapped up, because this is like where everybody gets stuck. And that's where the most people are, is like, I just need to get a deal. I know everyone's so stuck in like, I just need to get a deal. I just need to get a deal. And then they don't, I always say the most successful people begin with the end in mind. So always begin with, who are you buying for? Definitely. Who is your investor? And what is it going to look like? Because why do I do this? So I can bring on so many people that are like, yeah, it was during the Elephant Challenge. We got our first deal. It was just getting our first deal. Everything was exciting. We assigned it. We were the wholesalers. I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me and how many things I have put in place because of this. That this just happened last week, 2 weeks ago. Some lady came to me and was like, I don't know how to do a sub 2 deal. Can you do it for me? And I'm like, yes, I'll do the sub 2 deal for you. Do you have a buyer? And she was a seller. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, who's your buyer? Where'd you find him? She goes, I found him on Facebook. And I go, magnificent. That's great. But let me give you the warnings of finding a buyer on Facebook without, like, I'm going to give you the whole spiel on selling your house subject to, because it's subject to, it stays in their credit. So it's always going to affect their credit. So that's why we check it. And I'm like, you're just picking some guy off the internet to sell your house to because you want to sell it. And I sat down at my kitchen counter and I gave her, I'm like, here's the risks. Do you still want to do this? I don't want to be held. Don't want to be held harmless. I want to be held harmless for this. Like, I don't want you to come back to me. So the sub 2 seller that she found on Facebook ended up backing out. So she found another one on Facebook. This was a year and a half ago. And he comes back. I end up getting to know him. I sell his house subject to. It worked out well. And then she comes to me and she goes, they're not paying my bill. I need you to help. And I'm like, I told you up front, this could happen. And I'm just the one doing the deal. I'm not held responsible for this. And a lot of people don't say that up front as wholesalers. And because the seller and the buyer both worked with you, they will come to you again. And you're going to have a world of shit and it's your name on it. So I did tell her with that. Thank God I told her that. And I was like, I just did the contracts. I'm happy to talk with you, but I'm not involved in this. Had I brought the buyer to her, I have a lot more responsibility because I'm like, I'm bringing this buyer and they're going to pay the bill. So when the seller comes to you and says, hey, I have a buyer and they're not paying you, if you are a good person and you want to have a good reputation, you're going to take care of it. You're going to, and I will take care of it. I don't want to take care of it. So I do want to take care. I don't want to have people coming back. I will take care of it if I have to, but I set those filters up in place to be like, I don't want you coming back after me. So it's things like, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but think at the very, very end. So what happened was this lady's like, they stopped paying the bill. And then I was like, I can't help you. I mean, I'll help you, but I can't help you. And, then this buyer was like, she's locked us out of the mortgage portal. And I'm like, I'm just in the middle of this. I heard you weren't paying the bill, but I'm not like, this is not my business. Like I didn't connect you two. You connected each other. So I don't have any skin in the game on this. Like I'll talk to you guys and I will like help, but I'm not responsible for connecting you two. Had I been responsible for connecting them, I would have to eat that and I'd have to make it right. And it costs a lot of money. And so what I'm saying is when you're connecting them, you vet like crazy. Just like every real estate deal is made before you sign the line. It's made in the negotiations. Every tenant that you get is you have to vet the tenant and you have to vet like crazy and get good tenants and maybe even take less to get better tenants. Because if you just take the first one, you're going to end up spending more money in the long run. Same thing with buyers. You need to find buyers right up front. They need to be willing. This is a filter. You don't even need a form. Will you show me your screenshot of your money? If they say no, you're not a buyer. I don't believe you're a buyer. When you're ready to be a buyer, come to me. Then be like,
it's plain and simple. Just show me your bank account.
Show me your bank account. And I also want to do a soft credit check by a third party that I'm not going to look at, but they're going to tell me if you're good or bad. And so I have Guillermo do that for me. We have a agreement, that we have JV'd on how that he gets compensated for that. So the long and short of it is if they're not going to give you a screenshot, they're not a buyer. And just like Joseph said, they're going to show you exactly what it's like dealing with them forever, right up front.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's really show me the money. If not, it's like you said, put up or shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Show me the money or you're not the buyer. And what happened, I had one guy it was the same guy that was going to buy my deal here. I had another deal. He's like, I want this. And I'm like, okay, I need your proof of funds. I'm not playing this game again. You showed me who you were. And he's like, no. And then this is all on Facebook Messenger. He's like, you don't know. I hate this. This is what rubs me the wrong. He's like, you don't know. Do you know who I am? I'm in Owners Club and I am going to see Pace right now at an Owners Club event. And I am very important and just give it to me. And I'm like, tell Pace I said hi, but no, so like there are people that they're like, don't you know who I am? And just because they don't ever trust anyone because of their proximity to anyone. I tell this to Gators all the time. They still need to be vetted and especially if they're going to be like, do you know who I am? I'm going to hang out with Pace right now. I'm like, good for you. I think that's great. But is Pace going to be your person that's going to give you the money? Like just because you have close proximity to someone who's awesome doesn't mean that you're going to pay the bill. So
imagine him going to complain to Pace about Carly.
I was like, you should go tell Pace exactly what I just said to you. Show him this. Show him this. I have no like
that would be hysterical. Going to Pace to complain about Carly. Yeah, right.
You could. I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. He'll stand back on me. He'll be like, good for her. You shouldn't talk to people like this. You shouldn't. Anyone.
Talk to anybody about being close to Pace. I don't know how anybody could be closer except Laura.
No, but still, we're not. I mean, I'm just like we're just buddy. We're all just because I work with him, but it's just like there's people, it doesn't matter if it's me or if it's Tilo or if it's Trayvon or if it's Ryan. Nobody should be like, do you know who I am? I'm friend.
Yeah.
Like, don't let anybody bully you into that because they're going to show you who they are exactly up front. And I go, hey, dude, you're the reason I do this now.
Yeah.
And he didn't end up buying.
Yeah. People show you who they are. Believe them.
They will show you who they are the first time, especially when you ask them to just be like, can you just give me credit? Just prove who you are. And when they get defensive, they'll show you exactly who they are. And that's not the type of person that you want to do business with. So
Yeah, I was just about to say, at the end of the day, you don't want to be doing business with people like that anyway. So
Nope.
same thing over here. Where, you know, in the AC, when we're doing ACs and stuff like that, you got all these people with money, and hey, I don't have to pay it. Like, you know how much money I have. Well, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't pay your bill, we
Yeah.
don't want you, you know?
exactly. I feel like the people that are like to try to show everybody how much money they have and talk about how much money they have, they're broke. They're,
Yeah.
they
At the end of the
probably
day, you
are.
don't need to. You
Real
don't need to
money doesn't need to
be.
yell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate that. I'm sorry for having you talk this long.
No, don't be sorry, Tilo. This is exactly what this is for. Did anybody else get good value? Like, did this help you? Did this help anyone else? Nick raised her hand. So this is good.
Great value. And I already tell everyone my funds are deployed. I can't give you anything. I need a
Yeah.
partner.
Yes. And that goes another thing. Sharon makes a good point. A lot of people are like, hey, do you want to partner on something? And think of partnering in business. I learned this on my first mastermind with Pace is when you go to get married to someone, it's kind of a big deal, right? Like you're choosing, nobody goes to get married to end up getting divorced and just do, well, most people don't for like shits and giggles. And so it's very much the same for a business partnership because when you go to get divorced in a marriage, it's actually easier to split up assets and get divorced in a marriage than it is a business. So this is something that's very, very important. Everybody just willy-nilly goes into partnerships because they meet them at like a thing. They're like, you're so cool and I really like you and da-da-da. Like you need to go on vacation with them. And you need to see what it's like before, like when they're in a bad situation. Someone's like, have them untangle a box of Christmas lights or something. Like people will show you who they really are when they have to untangle a box of Christmas lights and decorate or like go on vacation with someone. It's so when you guys get in partnerships, definitely you have a prenup and a postnup, and you're like, this is you go in there being like, if we break up, well, first of all, in this partnership, Carly's responsible for this, Joseph's responsible for this, Ryan's responsible for this, da 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 da. Everybody agrees. And if this person doesn't do what they're supposed to do, then this happens. And if we want to break up, then this happens. That's called an operating agreement. So then you're not going to, you have a beautiful breakup and it's like, it's predetermined. Emotions are out of it. So.
Yeah, I have an operating agreement with my business partner now in the AC business, so I know all about that.
See, and I love that you have your own business already because a lot of this is just exactly what you've done already and just putting it on real estate.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying from the beginning. To be honest with you, I'm not scared to talk to people. I'm not. The only thing is just knowing what I'm gonna say. You know, like I said before, and uh, to be honest with you, I'm ready to go. I'm probably gonna start making calls today if I get time. Right now, I'm actually taking care of the baby now. My wife is sleeping, and
Oh,
I gotta
good.
do my permits and all that stuff for my AC business. But later on tonight, I'm gonna start getting the list and probably calling um, people on the West Coast because by that time it'll be late over here. So
Yep.
hopefully I get to do the call today,
Yay.
and if not tomorrow.
You'll get this. I think you're ready to go. You're primed and ready to go. You're a people person.
I feel so. I think so.
You've done this before with your business, your air conditioning business. So it's the same. Everything is a sale is like a business deal in life. So I love that, Ryan.
At the end of the day, the way you look at it too is like you're always trying to sell something. If you got a friend that you want to go to a concert with you or whatever the case may be, and you're trying to convincing them, you're selling them. You're trying to sell them. So Regardless of how you look at it, you're always selling.
It's so true. It's so true. That was such a good question.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Why would they lie, like the buyers? Why they're trying to wholesale the deal of or get after you or something like that?
Why? Sorry. Why would they what?
Why would they lie?
They laugh.
Why would they
They
lie?
lie.
Oh, lie.
Yeah.
Because people are egos. I don't know. Why do people lie? People, that's a great question.
Yes,
People,
but it's like I
people
have the
want,
funds. Okay, I want to buy, and then doesn't have the funds. Like, what are you wasting my time?
exactly. Exactly. And so I think people, I don't know if they're just trying to manifest stuff or what, but people are there's so many people out there that do want to actually buy. They actually do want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have money? Do they have the backup to do it? Probably not. And they genuinely probably do want to buy. They're not lying. I don't think that they want to buy. You just need to filter out those people that are like, have a hope and a dream and a zero bank account. And it's okay if they have a zero bank account. They just need to find somebody to partner with that doesn't have a zero bank account, and they can work together.
So like you.
Like me. I mean, like, or anybody that wants to partner on like, so for me, what I'm doing is I'm not buying the deal. I am helping you. I'm wholesaling the deal, and you guys are going to. So what we're doing in deal room is I'm going and find buyers, and I'm like, show me your money, and are you okay to let me have a third party look at your credit check and just give me a thumbs or down? I'm not trying to judge you on your credit. I don't care. I don't care if it's low, as long as you're paying bill on time, because some people are over leveraged, and life is wild right now. Everyone's living off of credit cards. So if they are willing to do that, that's just one filter, and that just filters the dreamers away from the doers. I don't think they're liars. I just think that they're doers, and they're like, sure, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I don't think they mean to lie.
Yep, I need that partner.
The money partner.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Yes. I know. So, but it is frustrating that they do lie. Well, they don't lie. They have no backup. They have no thing. So.
Well, some are liars.
Some are liars. And then they get caught in their lying, and then they yell at you.
Yes.
And then you're like, exactly why I don't want to do business with you. You just showed me who you are.
Yep.
A lot of it isn't psychological. I mean, it's all just like I always tell Joseph, and I talk about this all the time. Talking to agents is just stroking their egos and just like, you are so smart. You have been in real estate for so long. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure you already know about subject to, and I know that you're just a genius, and you just, it's all psychological and like playing to egos and being like,
I feel like I'm attracting people without money.
What are you doing? How are you attracting people, do you think?
I'm trying to figure it out, because the people with money are not responding. So I must be putting some vibration out in the universe that's wrong.
Well, I don't know if that's it. It also might be how you're going about it, because I can't tell you how many DMs I have that is like, Carly, I need money. And I'm like, well,
I don't do that.
Introduce yourself first. How do you even know what I'm looking? Do you even know if I'm wanting to lend? Like, I'm just like, people are on like a Facebook Messenger spree and like finding anyone in a certain community, like Gator or something, like, I need money. I need money. I need money. I know you're not doing that, Sharon.
No.
You're smarter than that. What are you needing money for? What are you looking to raise money for?
Yeah, so these two opportunities, one is a boarding house that has been in existence since 1965 in Sacramento. The owner wants out. He's moved to Nevada, doesn't want anything left in California. And it has 17 rooms, and 2 kitchens. So my idea with this, and I've already contacted the city about sewage and how that would work, is to give fewer rooms and have each room have its own bathroom, have an upstairs lounge, a downstairs lounge, and one really nice kitchen. So I haven't got the plans done yet, but I know that Home Depot will give $500,000 to do a remodel, a flip. If there's it only has to have one veteran in the building. So, I mean, I've been doing my research, and I think it's such a really good idea. It's a really fabulous place in old Sacramento, close to transit, close to restaurants, close to hospitals.
Let me ask you this. Have you done a pitch deck talking about all of this?
Well, not really.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. This is where a lot of investors, I saw this in Gator, and I'm going to go find it. Let me find it. And I was like, Gators, this is how you ask for money. And I even asked them, I'm like, do you guys want to do a Zoom on this? Let me find them real quick. So Tessa Martin is.
So she uses the Canva?
I think she used Gamma with this one. Hold on. You can use anything, but this is what a lot of people, let me see if I can find her. Here we go. Right here. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I knew she's been talking to me about this for a while, and I'm like, I can't wait to see it. So right here, let me go to the post first. She was like, hey, she tags a bunch of people, and she's like, she's asking for money for our first acquisition. Executive summary. She does a quick executive summary. Like, so many people are like, I need money for a Clark Ford Lodge in Idaho.
Yeah, you gotta.
Doesn't say anything. So she's like, here's our property. This is what money we need. This is what its current performance is. This is its net operating income, implied market value, capital raise. We're looking for an equity base up to 1.4 million. This is our exit strategy. So she gives us enough information for us. First of all, she's given us a lot more information than 50% of people do.
Right.
But 99% of people don't do this. So yes, it looks like it's a Canva that she's done it on. So look, she's like, here is what we're looking for. And this is what an executive summary. You see pictures. Like, this is how people with money want to see. The opportunity, what the market gap is, what's the upside, the location. See, she's got graphs, value add. This is how we're going to make money on it. This is what we're adding to it: 24/7 Cocoa Bar and local vendor store, adventure partnerships. This is its actual numbers that it's doing. This is amazing. This is what we're looking to project: actual numbers, capital structure and terms. This is what we're going to do with it. This is the length, 5-year investor returns. Why this deal? Why now? Here's our community partners that we've worked with. Like, would you want to put $1 million with this person?
Yes.
Here's who they are. They say on their thing, this is our first deal. This is our first deal. And there's nothing wrong with people that don't have a lot of experience and this is their first deal. But the fact that they've put this much information and thought and foresight, and they're beginning with the end in mind, they're like, this is what we're looking at in 2026, 27. Why should we do this? What experience do we have? This is our philosophy. What's that?
It's worth a conversation with them.
Yeah. So would you send me this link?
Yeah. Are you in Gator by chance?
I'm in Gator and in Sub 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna tag you in Gator too, because it's just right here, so you can find it. But I'll put it for you guys in the chat too. There you
That
are.
would be great. I've got people that would invest in that, Carly.
See, look at this. And Nick is being the connector here and being like, can you imagine if they put, I am looking for a Clark Ford Lodge. It's our first deal. I need $1.4 million for 36 months versus all of this. Like, it gives Nick enough information to be like, I feel like I know a person that wants this.
Yeah.
And Sharon's like, I need to do whatever she's doing. And I commented on this. I think I was like, Gators, this is how you ask for money. This is how you do it, because so many people don't. So when I love that you put that out there, Sharon. You're like, I'm attracting broke people. This is how you attract, like, make a Canva. I'll give you guys the link right here. And work with Chat GPT. They did another thing. Let me see if I can find it for their RV they did with Gamma. Let me just see if I can find it on her profile. Tessa, I'm blowing you up. She's also got something for this one. She has a loan sponsorship opportunity. She wants to get an RV. Look at this deal. So loan sponsors where you have great credit and you go to a bank. And I'm not trying to make this as big as I just made it. Hold on. There we go. So short-term secured high return. And I'm kind of helping her with, I did not help. I don't take any credit for this. I'm giving her ideas for the RV part of it and like how to do a loan sponsorship. She's done this all on her own. So she's like, here's the deal. This is how much we need for 90 days. You need you to go to the bank for 90 days. I'll give you a 15% return. Oh, collateral. Amazing. You can have the RV and the deed of trust on a Texas real estate deal, $60,000 in equity cushion. So she's putting her money where her mouth is. Insurance. She's going to show you how she's doing the insurance, why this opportunity is attractive. Here's our exit strategies. Oh, how are you protected? Let me tell you how you're protected. Here's your collateral. Here's how the process works. Now, isn't that this is another way to ask for money. Like, this is how you guys ask for money. It's just like you come up with, they have begun with the end in mind, and they are like, let me answer all the questions before you have them. How much, how long, how am I protected? How is it structured? So it's just out there.
Great.
So this is with Gamma. So you can do the same thing with Gamma, or Canva. She used both. And they're clean. They're beautiful. What is this telling me about her without even knowing who she is? She's organized. She's structured. She has foresight. Like, that's huge. She knows what you're already going to ask. So this already tells us a lot about a person on how they're going to handle a deal. Same thing with buyers. If she went, I have a deal, DM me for more information, or gave you this, who are you wanting to probably work with of the two people? The second one, right? Tilo, you don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk.
No, I don't like to interrupt. I apologize.
It's okay.
I mean, has nothing to do with what you're saying now.
That's fine.
But I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine that I went to high school with, and a couple of years ago, he was into fix and flip and stuff like that. A couple of years ago, he got divorced, and everything went down for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he recently called me, and he was like, "Hey, are you still doing the wholesaling thing?" Because again, I was trying to do this back in the days, but and I was like, "Yeah, it's funny you say that. Yeah, how's everything with you?" And he was like, "Well, since my divorce and everything, everything's kind of bad. I don't really have funds like that or anything. And my credit is bad, but I do have my 401k. I'm tired of working on my job for 20 something years, and I'm trying to get back onto something, the fix and flipping." And I'm like, "All right, I wanted to ask you a question."
Yeah.
He's able to get money from his 401k, okay? And I didn't really want to push too much or tell him, "Hey, look, yeah, let's get into this," and without really knowing
Mm-hmm.
how I can bring him in, because yes, he can get the money. His credit is not good, but he can get the money, and he wants to start doing it. What's the best way to approach that so that he wants to partner up and then eventually start doing everything together? I just didn't want to commit to it without really knowing the back end and what I should do as far as that goes, because his credit is bad and he has a certain amount of money. But how does that work, and how should I approach him with that?
Okay. So, and you want to use the money for fix and flips? Did you say?
He wants to go ahead and do fix and flips. So I told him, I could find the properties for you, and then get him on the contract, and then you have, and he's like, yeah, you know, as long as you're finding the properties and everything, that's not a problem. But I don't know how that would work, you know, as far as with him and the money situation and stuff like that.
So you'll have to ask him how his 401k works if he's not 65. I believe your 401k, if you take money out, whatever you make on it, it has to go back into your 401k. I am not positive. You should ask him on that. So if you're partnering with him, I don't know how you're planning on partnering with him, but you'll have to think about how you get paid, because any money that is made has to go back into his 401k. And if he doesn't want to get taxed on it, big time. So
Yeah,
that's something
I
to
was gonna
keep in
say that.
mind.
As far as the 401k, I know I've taken out of mine, and what they
Yeah.
do is um that you have to pay taxes on it and stuff like that.
And
So
it's a big one.
yeah, and especially the amount of money he's pulling out. So
Yeah. And Carolina's right. He needs to set up a self-directed 401k. But you just remember, so for you, I mean, maybe you get a wholesale fee from it and you get paid from that. And you can be paid that way. But if you're you have to think about how the structure is, like, how are you getting paid? Because if you're trying to get paid on the back end, when the flip is done, every penny that's made on that needs to go back into his 401k. So,
okay,
there's also, you guys can do hard money if you want to do that. Which is where if you want to get in on the flip money, like the return, like
right.
if you're like, listen, I'll waive my fee, but I want to split whatever you make on it and we can work. You have to figure out your structure, because if you're doing a 401k, you're going to have to do a wholesale fee and any money is going to go to him, back to him. If you don't want that, then you're going to need probably like hard money or DCR lending.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Carolina said upfront agreement all day long. Remember, we just talked about at the beginning at this. We talked about this at the beginning. You're getting married. You want a prenup. You want a postnup. You want, this is Tilo's job. This is the friend's job. This is who this is. This is what they're making. This is what's going to happen if somebody stops performing. This is what's going to happen if we get divorced and we hate each other. Like prenup, postnup, all the nups. You need to be like, okay, we're besties for the resties right now. But when shit hits the fan and we want to strangle each other and we want to get divorced, we need to be like, what's fair now? All the nups.
Okay.
Get all the nups.
All right.
The structure. And it needs to be documented with lawyers and signatures and notaries, and not on a hand, like spit on your hand and handshake type thing, because you can't hold that up in court.
Yeah, I know about that.
Nup up, Ryan says. That should be a new thing. Nup up. I love it. Hut up or shut up, or nup up or shut up. We got a good one, Ryan. All the nups. We should make merch.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. You have good questions. Thank you, Tilo. Thank you guys for all came. This was a good one. I felt like, in my very humble
Thank you.
opinion.
Thank you for being here and helping me out and stuff like that. I appreciate that.
Yes. And Trayvon, thank you for coming and asking questions. I don't want you guys to feel like this is what office hours are for. It's just like, let's all help each other. It doesn't just have to be me. Like, that's why everyone can unmute. Everybody help each other.
Well, do you have some time today? Well,
we have 2 more minutes. What do you need?
I signed up for that little deal thing that they posted in the chat.
You what?
I signed up for that little deal thing they posted in the chat.
Oh, the deal room. So we can pull. So what we'll do is you'll get access to our deal room, which is, that's not it. So we'll pull the list for you and you can call, and then you bring them to us and we close them. So
Is on market or off market?
they're both. You can pick whatever you want. And we
Can I
already
do
have
off
buyers
market?
for these.
Can I pick off market and pull this one?
We
You
prefer off market sellers.
We prefer off market. Off market's where the money's at.
So, all right. So I signed up where I registered and everything. So, how would you well, I think I have your number. You'll let me know when the list is done, I think.
Yeah, well, so I'll show you all the lists. And we were just talking yesterday on this about go to the old lists. Because it's an old list, Carolina was talking about how she made her biggest assignment fee from recycling an old list. She was talking about this yesterday in deal room. So let's go to deal room. I have this is what my brain looks like, you guys, 8,000 tabs open. So if you come into deal room, I have to sign in. Hold on. So it has like a little video at the top. It says, welcome to deal room. It's going to show you things, but here's all of our lists here on the side. So if you even go to the old list where it says 3 months ago, new call list, these are going to be on market. So it's going to say direct to seller, or it's going to say on market. So you can pick whatever you want. These are all off market right now.
You can just call the people to sell
And
it.
yeah, Carolina called this one. But see, just because Carolina called on these and she's like, he is not a happy man. Do not call him. Very spicy. You can even try to call him because maybe I can't imagine how Carolina couldn't sweeten him up. But you know what might work for one person might not work for another person. And one person might get in with this very spicy guy. And another person's like, we had one guy on our team. He was like, don't call this lady. She's a B, da 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 da. And then Anthony on our team called her and like sweet talked her. And like they became besties. And Daniel was like, who is this lady? You never know. So just because they've been called on, a lot of these are like left voicemail. So we say if they don't, if there's the last call date was more than a week ago, it's free for everyone now. So people, if they leave voicemails, they just need to be on it and be like, hey, I'm calling again, and they'll need to update it. So if someone's really working it and like they are updating every week, and I wouldn't necessarily go after that because there's someone that's definitely calling. But if someone calls and leaves a voicemail like 3 months ago and there's nothing for 3 months, then it's have at it. Just because someone's called it once doesn't mean you can never call it again.
Okay. And you said, why would you upload the new list?
Yep. And then right here we have on the side where if you want to submit it to us, you can submit deals with us. Carolina and Joseph and I'll go through them. We also have an underwriting sheet. So if you don't know what to ask, this goes through in that little video. There's a little video on here on how to use this. It's going to be helpful, help you think like the buyer. So yeah.
Okay.
And our leaderboard is going to start going. So every time you guys call, you get a point. And every time you put a lead in, you get 10 points. So we're going to see who's wheeling and dealing over here.
Okay.
Check out my merch idea.
What's your merch idea?
It's in the chat.
Let me see.
Up or shut up.
Where does it? Oh, nap up or shut up. I
With
love
the
it.
arrows. Yeah, I love it.
I love that. We should make shirts. Who would wear the shirts? Nap up or shut up?
I would.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
Okay, let's make some shirts. I love a good merch idea. I love it. Look at all
Hey,
those.
thank you so much for your advice. And I look forward to
Sharon.
contacting Stephanie.
Yes, I'll help you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you got here, Sharon. It's good to see your face. It's good to see all of your faces. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.